us women, we want to, I remember you said live a life of leisure one time, or we want to be taken care of by our man. We want to be protected by our man. If it turns to be the other way and I got to protect my man and I got to go out and build the house and do this and do that, I'm going to be pissed.
Eventually you're going to resent it.
The thing is that you do protect your man. So
you protect him different ways.
Right.
That's the difference. It's naturally in you to protect him in certain ways. Like
just like statistically.
No, if you all right.
No. I mean, if that's the way you're talking about, like if you had to take on the role of a man, you're talking about protecting him.
No, I'm not saying if I had to take on the role of a man. I'm saying it should not come to a point where I feel as though the roles are reversed. I don't ever want to feel as though I am my man's man and he is my woman. And that's. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what you will feel
because
what you would feel.
Naturally, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. It's innate. It's innate.
You don't get what I'm saying? Do you? What are you confused about?
No, I get it. But I thought that's what I said.
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
So I do believe that we are likely born with some sort of innate disposition, but a lot of what we do is plain nurture.
Okay.
Like you know, as a woman, you know to keep your legs like this because your mama or your grandma hit you on your leg and say, you know, why you sitting like a nigga? You know what I mean?
It's unnatural. Right? If you sitting there with your coochie lips open.
Well, actually, no, this is really comfortable, is what I'm saying.
Okay, but you're saying if you didn't get that proper.
Yeah, so if you know, if your granny or your mama didn't tell you, baby, go put on a girdle, some Spanx, do something with yourself, then you wouldn't know that is what we women do. If your mama didn't show you how to clean your ass. No, that's for real.
You're right, though.
If your mama don't show you how to clean your ass, then you walking around like a dude doing whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? No, like
he's saying not all guys are like that.
Of course, no, and I know all guys aren't like that. But I think that's nurture, and nurture is literally just like.
No, it's not, because let me tell you why that's not natural. Before civilization and before we wore clothing, women were naked. And you have an opened vagina, your legs could not be open. You had to keep it closed or else you can be infected to bacteria. Men can do that because we have a penis. So the truth is where you think it's not nurture. It's actually nature.
If this is comfortable to me, why can't I sit like this?
Because you would eventually get a yeast infection. You would get bacteria in your vagina. If I'm talking about before civilization.
Right. And again,
wait, hold on. Because there is a difference in what you're saying and what she's saying, because this feels natural.
Yes.
All of the bacteria, all of it makes sense. Yes. But we don't know that. We're just.
You know why? Because you now have clothing. You now have clothing. But what I'm telling you is before civilization and where we think, no, the reason that I close my legs is because my mother told me to. But the truth is, it's intrinsic in your DNA, because since the beginning of time, this may have been before your time, but this is what women did. This is what women did intrinsic, because it was actually survival tactics.
So women were like this?
No, but their legs were closed, because if not, their vaginas, which is open, could be susceptible to bacteria, and then they would get sick. So through getting infected over years and years, they learned to keep their legs closed. So what I'm trying to make you understand is right now, because we have the luxury of clothing, because we have the luxury to believe that this is what we were taught. No, this is actually a survival tactic. That's what it was for females. You know, and if you go far back enough, you will come to realize a lot of things that we think we were taught by society were, no, I'm sorry. They were just survival tactics that we had to do because of the way that God designed us.
It was a survival tactic that was passed down and nurtured.
Oh man, I just find it so funny that these sisters are just up here just trying to make it seem as if they know what the hell they talking about, as if they are just some angels, as if they actually protect their husbands. I mean, this is a form of virtue signaling, if you ask me, just for the simple fact that 70 to 80% of your women initiate divorce. Are you protecting that man, right? And what do they end up doing after that divorce? They end up going for full custody of the child. That's statistically speaking, the father does better than the mother when it comes down to parents. Children do better in a two-parent household rather than a one-parent household. But yet here's this woman only thinking about herself, and a lot of these women are divorcing these men, and they're sitting up here taking full custody, and they're going for alimony. I mean, like, But I thought you protected me. I thought you cared about me. I thought you loved me. When you have these women sign a prenup, what do they say? You don't have to worry about me sitting over here taking all your money, this, that, and the third. But the second y'all get a divorce, what's the first thing they go after? They go after that bank account. They go after those pockets.
I'll share with you what my therapist shared with me. She said, Shannon, your biggest mistake is that you see yourself in other people. Bars. You think people is going to treat you like you would treat them or like you would want to be treated. He said, she said, that is your mistake.
If they really wanted to protect us, then they would not ever go to the courts for much of anything if we are in our children's life. Once again, I don't care, man, if me and you done divorced, I done cheated on you or whatnot. Yeah, I give you a little bit of money, but you know, here's the thing. The court system doesn't acknowledge it that way. The court system will only acknowledge it one way. Even if you're in the right, they will only acknowledge what the woman says. If you're in the wrong, they will only acknowledge what the woman says, and they will hear what you have to say, and then they will see the situation and they'll just say, okay, the fact that you cheated, that just gives us more reason to take more money out of your paycheck. So hey, yeah, go ahead and cough up more of that. Like, come on, bro. But the women know this, and guess what they do? They use that court system as leverage. But understand, these were the same women that said they're going to protect their husbands. These were the same women that said they're going to protect their man. These are the same women that sat here and said, well, listen, hey guys, I protect my man. Whole time they are over here alienating that child from the father. But at one point in time, they said they were going to protect that guy. People, we see this every single day. Your women are inconsistent, they're wish-washy, and they just prove every single day that they are hard to trust. And once again, this right here just proves that a lot of these sisters are just disingenuous. They're just disingenuous, and they're just trying to sound like they have some form of morality when they don't. But of course, you know, I just wanted to point out the fact that these women only love you on the condition that you can give them something, that you can provide something. But the second you go against them, they will turn their back on you. But when you are doing everything they want you to do, you're the perfect man, you're the best man in the world, you're this, you're that. But the second you do something that they don't like, now all of a sudden it becomes an issue. Shout out to Anton Daniels. He even had a video about this where father was upset because he's like, dang, this woman divorced me, but yet somehow, somewhere I was the best man in the world. Right? I was the best man in the world. But now all of a sudden I am the worst man in the world after divorce. Women are wish-washy. Let's continue.
Sure, like that.
I think you guys are both saying the same thing, in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I don't know. I
Once
end
again,
of the day,
I don't have to be right. I was just giving my perspective.
historically, you know, if that's the case, I understand it. But again, as that was passed down, that was still nurtured. So if my whoever, great whatever, from the 1400s was doing that, that means she told her daughter, then her daughter, then her, and it kept going.
You guys are both saying it started from somewhere, from a point.
Right.
That's where I think you guys are.
But I'm saying it wasn't social
I
conditioning.
think you don't have a
This
mic.
is nature. He's saying this is nature. She's saying this is nurture.
I'm saying that it is social conditioning, exactly, but it was from the environment rather than by the patriarchy or society itself.
We're not born to do certain things, right? And then
I believe there are certain things we are born to do as males and females. They're intrinsic in our DNA.
right, but what I'm saying is that you can't blur the lines of what's innate, meaning you're born with it, versus nurture.
I guess Speed was doing like a Twitch stream, and you saw the father and he had his daughters, and he was like, listen, I got all these daughters, and I don't know how many wives he had or whatever, but it's like, okay, you want my daughter? Like, you got to add to my community. Like, you know, I need whatever cows or whatever. Did anybody?
Dowry.
Dowry, like the dowry.
But I also think that there's a set of principles that they live by, right? Where a man is not going to take on a wife. You need to get
back to that. Exactly.
Whereas if we did that here, guys that have 30 wives that they can't even take care of.
Right. Exactly.
They wouldn't have any women because they have to. You have to work to get to that point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're missing God.
I mean,
Definitely.
and the thing is that, like, we historically have worked, even if because in Africa it's very tribal, obviously, but within those tribes, everybody worked in community with each other. And I think Black people, we've been doing it forever, because let's say you're an enslaved person and, you know, yo such and such gets, one of your kids or whoever gets sold away, but luckily they auntie got sold too. So now that was her child to take care of. So I think in America, I think we have typically lived in commune with each other. But I think, and you said this, I think the problem is that imitating those in power, I think that we have moved away from what made us who we were and why we were able to flourish.
I feel like we've been separated.
I think what's missing is the return of shame, because community doesn't matter if shame does not exist, because the only thing that keeps people in line when there's community is that shame.
That's why that man can walk away from 20 babies.
Bring back shame.
People don't even care about
shame.
The embarrassment. Shame. People are not even embarrassed. Like, back in the day, if you embarrass your family, it's a problem.
Listen, I'm Haitian.
Or you think about embarrassing your parents.
My oldest brother, he came to America when he was 16 years old. He got arrested for a DUI and called home from the bookends crying, "Oh my God, I shamed the family." Because in Haiti, if you get arrested, it is the biggest, it's the biggest stain. And, when I was born in America, I'm like, stop crying, you punk.
Right. Isn't that crazy though? But isn't that crazy, the difference? Because I tell my friends that all the time. Growing up, I didn't even realize that I was just black. I'm African American.
But once again, the shame of that is what always kept him in line to not want to get arrested. Right. For me, there was nothing shameful about it, because coming from the bookends was like, oh God, I just spent the weekend in the bookends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was no consequence. How about those that do wrong is a whole community within itself.
Right.
And probably a larger community than those that do right.
That's true.
Things used to be so strict. Like, I don't feel like rules are being broken and people are just loving it. Like, I feel like there's no more.
It's an overcorrection, because you have to think about it. Like, say you got pregnant in the 70s, like, you and your high school boyfriend, baby, your mama was sending you either go live somewhere else or you had an abortion.
Yeah.
On
the low. Yeah.
So again, I think it's just a huge overcorrection. And unfortunately, we're living in the time where we've seen the correction, and slowly it's going back somewhere, because it can't stay here. It's too left. It can't stay here.
So I think
for a functional society, I think it's too left.
I think it will be our demise as humankind if it remains this way.
Yeah. The Bible says that. Like, this is technology era. Like, this is where all of the things that are talked about in the Bible are occurring. Greed. People are just constantly eating. Oh, I see this food online. I want to eat it. Lust. Everything is hyper.
Everything's in excess.
It's extreme right now.
Ladies, just keep your legs closed, man. It's just as simple as that. Like, the fact that these women will sit here and still try to argue this, as I stated before, man, just scroll through my channel, man. When you look at a lot of these panels and a lot of these women points get destroyed, or they already know they done lost the argument, they will never concede it. They will just sit here and add on another point. They will try to twist the point, or they will just say, yeah, well, I guess we're saying the same thing. Like, man, no, right? But once again, you leave it up to women today. This is why you just got to say, you do not belong in a leadership role. I'm not even going to say the workforce anymore, because I think they do belong in the workforce, because, hey, we need some bodies. Right, it's okay if we have an extra body. If some of the men call out, hey, let's go ahead and get some of these women in. But leadership role, no, keep them away, because nobody needs to be led by a bunch of women who are only going to just go with the flow, who are only going to parrot everything somebody else says. Once again, these women will sit up here and say, well, hey, man, we protect, we're this, we're that, but they know for a fact they're not, right? They can see and acknowledge, women initiating most of the divorces, but they won't acknowledge that stuff. They won't acknowledge the statistics that show that these women today are just not the women of old. And this is the reason why divorce rates are high. And they want to sit here and just constantly bicker and complain. And they're pretty much telling you, you just need to accept how we come and how we're dressed. And once again, guys, these sisters understand why you need to have your legs closed. They understand that. They know this is proper etiquette. Once again, these are grown women. Shout out to this sister, man, who literally had a class. I think, she does a class where she literally teaches young girls proper etiquette. It's just the fact that these young girls know more than these women out here who constantly want to dress all off the wall, who want to sit here and argue about having their legs wide open. It's like, come on, man. But I mean, it's just wild. But these young girls are being taught by a sister that we really need in the community.
It's very, very important for you to keep your legs closed. What do we do? Keep our legs closed. What do we do? Keep our legs closed. That is what a lady does. Remember, just because you're a female doesn't automatically make you a lady. Just because you're a female doesn't automatically make you a what? Lady. Okay. You don't tell me you're a lady. I determine you're a lady by looking at how you conduct yourself, by looking at how you sit, how you speak. A lady doesn't walk around cursing all the time. She doesn't do all these blah, blah, blah. That's not what a lady does. Listen to me. Shh. A lady uses intelligent words to express herself. Keep in mind, it's not just, I'm a lady. You've got to show me that you're a lady.
Depends on where you're sitting. Sometimes you do need to sit at a slant, and this is the proper way. Like, for example, does anybody attend church? Yeah. Sometimes you may be sitting near the podium and it's elevated. You should never sit straight forward when people are sitting below you in front of you, because all they see is right here. Right here. So it's appropriate to sit at a slant, cross your ankles, and sit like this. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. Okay, at the count of 3, we're going in the frontal position. 1, 2, 3. Capture that. Frontal position, knees locked, feet locked. You may cross your ankles if you'd like. Keeping those legs together. When you cross your ankles, feet are flat on the floor. Okay? Wonderful. Okay, let's do that one more time. I'd like you to get accustomed to it. Take that out of your mouth, please. Posture up. Posture up. 1, 2, 3. Uncross your ankles. Feet locked, knees locked. 2, 3. Drop your pencil. We're pretending there's no gentleman in the room. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Walk to the side of your pencil. Walk. Nobody picks anything up yet. Standing straight up. Walk to the side of your pencil. That's your pencil, Zosha. So go to the side of that pencil. No one picks anything up. Then you come to the side. Good. Good. Sit up, please. I need you on the side. That's between your legs. I need you on one side. Good, good. Now, because you're ladies and you're wearing a dress, because we're going to go down, your dress may rise. Looking at me. What you do is hold the hem of your dress and go down and pick it up. 1, 2, 3. Hold the hem.
Jaden Duran, let's go.
Down, hold the hem of your dress. Good.
I mean, a great example was when I was at my brother's crib back in high school, right? And his girlfriend, she had a few sisters, and you know they was getting around, right? Now, I just kind of knew off strength that, hey man, this shorty right here is getting around, because she was sitting on the ground and she had her legs wide. I mean, talking about slap wide all the way open. I'm like, my goodness. And guess what, right? Immediately in my head, I'm like, yeah, nah, she's out here, bro, getting slammed, right? And my brother was like, how would you know? Because look how wide she has her legs open. Sure enough, what was she doing? She getting slammed. But see, if you don't know that she's getting slammed, right? What do women say? Oh, you don't know that. You don't know nothing about that. You just over here just coming up with assumptions. You this, you that. But it's just like, once again, you then end up finding out that same girl is ran through. Then what the woman gonna say? Well, see, no, you just can't be making assumptions. Once again, man, perception is key, right? We see what we see, and we're going to perceive it how we see it. Look, guys, do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like and leave me a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure these people do not get into leadership roles.